Stanford University, a bastion of academia and the alma mater of some of college football's most legendary figures, Elway, Luck, Sherman, and McCaffrey. And today, the Stanford Cardinal will try to live up to that legacy. The Irish offense will take the field to start this game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Using his feet. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
Well, they're setting the tone early in this game. 4th down in their own end. They go for it on the ground, and they pick it up.
They want to set the tone. They want to establish that they think their offense is unstoppable and that they're willing to do anything to keep the football.
You're exactly right, Reese. They are sending a very clear message to this defense. We're going to run the football. We don't care what you do, but you are not going to stop us.
They're going to ride this running back. At the 35, he's got room. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive this guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, why have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down?
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy from us.
They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollard.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
Working that left side now. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. Quarterback keeper. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. Looking to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
On second down, looking to throw. Grabs it in the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Fires into the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. The field goal is no good. After the miss, no change in the score. The offense lining up for a first down play.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
Keep it on the ground. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here come the Irish back on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Big time throw in that last play. You know, you think about great Notre Dame quarterbacks. I think back to a couple of Joes. Joe Montana, Joe Theismann. They'd love what they'd be seeing right now from this kid. He's got arm talent. He's got accuracy. And because of that, he gives this offense the ability to light up the scoreboard.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. Comes out throwing on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Brooks. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The jet sweep pass. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Touch pass on the run. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He'll try to slam it in. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on third down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Good, right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in.
Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move gives him the first down yardage? Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Ball in the air, intercepted. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. I mean, you're playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws a pick.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brooks.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
He's back to throw on second down. Makes the grab on the left. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Yeah, and just got enough of the football there by the defender, breaking on the football, getting his hand on it. He couldn't bat it down, but he got a fingertip.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Irish!
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty.
Going for the big play. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. After the misfire now on second down. They'll run play action. Fires to the middle. Complete to the left. Oh, look out. There he goes. The 30. Running inside the 20. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinal. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He's right on target. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Went to the running game on first down, now second down. Running back searching for a hole. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really, really good night for this young man.
Working his way and keeping those legs moving, picks up 5 down to the 14.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. They're working that left side. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. He wants to throw it. He got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team out there getting set.
That makes the score. Notre Dame, 17, Stanford.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Looking for a man. It's Stevens. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Snags it. Touchdown, Stanford! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Here come the Irish back on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up.
Oh, picked off. Got room on the return. Running inside the 20. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Cardinal.
And quarterbacks in zone coverage, they have to see it, and they have to manipulate defenders, and they don't. You can tell the middle linebacker reading his eyes the whole way, breaks on the football, and then turns into an offensive player and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Looking down the middle. He makes a catch. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He's going to pass. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Second down now after the sack. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to pass on second down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now third down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. Third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They are perfect on fourth down so far in the first half. They'll try to make it 3 for 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's caught! Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Bringing the heat. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. One more snap coming before halftime. To throw, it's Stevens. Hit as he throws. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Stanford wants to push the pace. Off the play fake. Using his feet to buy time. And the quarterback is snowed under.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
The give to the tailback. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback will audible. Off play action. Picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
In situations like this, it's nighttime, it's so cold, it's so hard to complete these types of passes. And for these wideouts, it's going to be tough just catching the football because that thing, I guarantee you, feels like a rock.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. They get to the line quickly. Quickly complete. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Quick release by the QB. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Went to the running game on first down, now here they come again. Out of the gun, the inside give. Nifty little dance step. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw at Stevens. Throws toward the end zone. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good miss, because that could have been worse.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. Finds his man, it's Coates. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down of the 12. To the air on first down. Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They move the tight end all over. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Stanford quickly to the line. From the shotgun, the inside give. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Stanford! And that one will give them the lead. Getting set for the point after.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your friends.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab over the middle. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved.
What a spectacular layout and catch. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. He wants to throw, feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He spins that thing down the middle. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Smashes ahead. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. The Irish generating heat from the linebacker position. A Mike Stonebreaker, Ncaa25 type play.
Hey, when you can get linebackers that can get after the quarterback, they can be a force on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinal.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done, and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the run, it's Brooks. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got his man, and he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. On the move. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, I don't think the defense was expecting one on that last 4th and 2 play. Good job by the offense keeping them off balance with that play call.
Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. He's looking to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, as a quarterback, you've got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. And it's his 4th interception of the game. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Line gets set, first down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Stanford wants to push the pace.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, that's disappointing for the offense because that's a play that you rep all week long in practice. You should be able to hit that one no problem. The QB receiver couldn't come up with a completion.
Back to pass, it's Stevens. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here come the Irish back on offense. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this off.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Fires to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need.
Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! Barrels ahead. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
From the gun, running back on the move. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Stanford quickly to the line.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Powers through the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Stevens. Looking deep down the right side. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in his booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. This quarterback part of their running game. Tackled after picking up the first down. So going for it on fourth down is one thing, quite another to say we're going to run it for a couple.
Yeah, that's impressive because that was a long 2 yards. And I think there are a lot of coaching staffs out there that would have probably tried to throw it or get their quarterback on the perimeter or give him a run-pass option, but not this offense. They believe in their guys up.
Oh, he wants it all. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for an open man on second down. Throws to the tight end. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. They keep attacking through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Brooks. At the 45 on his way. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Going up top on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You've got to be impressed by what you've seen from this defensive line in the game because they're getting to the quarterback, they're getting sacks, and when they can't get there, they're putting their arms up and they're batting balls down. So impressive watching this D-line go to work.
Using the quick game.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. Open space at the 25. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Here's the handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Brooks. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop after that last incompletion setting up fourth down. Do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. Defense backed up, and this crowd trying to will them to get a big stop late. They'll throw it on first down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. After the big first down sack, it's second down. He's looking to throw. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Into the end zone, the two-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Throws to the wideout. Almost had the completion and just missed it. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to pass. It's Stevens. They're trying to get to him. Fires to the middle. The pass ball's incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Passing situation, what do I want to do? I want to bring more guys that can cover guys on the outside. Nice job by this defense, running the dime package, more DBs on the field to match up with all these speedy wide receivers.
He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. He's taking the deep shot. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Coming after it. Trying to escape and get it himself. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. You can't do that. An illegal forward pass will cost the offense 5 yards. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a